This is the Rock and Comedy Show. Crazy Jay with you. We are here at the Victoria British Pub with the icon of comedy himself, Mr. Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, that means I'm old. I'm an icon.
An
That
icon
means
or a
I could
legend.
Yes, I could drop dead at any point. Yes.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Way too long. Oh, I should, not that I should, but I have to always make plugs. My website's gilbertgottfried.com. My Twitter account is at Real Gilbert. And I have a book out, Rubber Balls and Liquor, and a comedy DVD called Dirty Jokes.
Get the plugs out.
Yes. And I've got Gilbert Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey. That's on jest.com.
Now you started.
That's about it for me.
That's it. No, that's
All
it.
right,
People, we're
I
done.
got the plugs out of the way.
We're done.
That's really it. But thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, here in Vegas, the
Yeah.
Icons of Comedy it's a series they do here at the Riviera. You're a part of it Thursday, which is tonight, all the way to Sunday at 10:30. And so it's one show a night, and they get the best of Gilbert Gottfried, right?
Yes, the best of me, whatever that is. It's like what, the ankles? I don't know. What's the best of me?
I
Yeah.
guess like the controversial side of you.
Oh, yes.
The dirty side of you.
Yes, the controversial
Not the
side of
Disney
me.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes, not the Disney or certain insurance companies for that matter. Yes.
I would say with certain insurance companies, the
Yeah.
jokes that you tweeted that day, I fell off the chair. I thought they were hysterical.
Well, that's because few chairs can support you.
Well,
Well,
that's right,
that's a
that's
whole
right.
other story.
But I mean, I always view it like if an insurance company or whoever is going to use a comedian to market whatever it is that they're selling, they should know that there's going to be a bit of controversy behind something. But I don't think the jokes were that bad.
I remember, which is the biggest compliment I've ever gotten on my material. I didn't think the jokes were that bad. But that should be my next autobiography. I didn't think that. One of my favorite tweets that I ever got after all that happened was, Aflac fires Gilbert Gottfried after discovering he's a comedian. And I thought that about wraps it up. Yeah. It's not like anyone who's ever heard me on the radio, on TV, in a club is going, oh my God, he said that?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's probably took a long time for people to even realize that you were the Aflac duck.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So.
But now to get away from me because they were so shocked and offended, they've got a guy who sounds like me,
Right.
who they pay less, but that helps bring closure to Japan. Yeah, because I think all the Japanese, if they've lost a loved one, are going, wait a minute, they're doing the commercials for cheaper now? I feel so much better.
Right.
Yes.
He's out of a job.
Yes.
We're happy.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously, as a great comedian, you don't regret the jokes that you say. You never apologize. Or...
Yeah, it's like when people say, do you regret? It's like, I regret my name being dragged through the mud, all that stuff. But the idea that I have to regret being a comedian and making jokes, it's like, and also it's not like it's not like I haven't made jokes like this before.
Right.
And what I loved when the media picked it up, the first thing they did the story saying, Gilbert Gottfried's remarks and comments. They never call them jokes, because if an audience or just the people hear the word jokes, they go, yeah, so what the fuck? It's a joke. Please. I don't need a news story about a joke. But they had to change it to that to make it like, oh, this is more serious.
Right. Now, I mean, a similar case when you did the Hugh Hefner roast. It was shortly after the 9/11 attack.
Yeah, it was like a few days, and that was like in New York, and so it's the worst. I mean, the entire country was in a daze, and this was New York where the smoke was still going through the air like these dark clouds. And I went up there and did jokes about September 11th. And this was September 11th, 1964, so I don't know what the big deal was. No, I did jokes about September 11th where I said, I have to leave early tonight. I couldn't get a direct flight. We have to make a stop at the Empire State Building. And this got like a massive, a gasp. And they were booing and hissing and rumbling and chairs screeching back. And one guy yelled out too soon, which I thought meant I didn't take a long enough pause between the setup and the punchline. And it's like if you had told me at that point, right after I did that joke, I was on stage for 10 years in that experience, and that I believe it. That's what it felt like. And then I go into the Aristocrats, and the place just explodes, and they're cheering and laughing, and it's like, so terrorism is bad, but parents fucking their kids
It's
and
okay.
blowing the family dog is quite okay. And some article said that I performed a mass tracheotomy on the audience, because it's like just people at times like that, they need to laugh.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like with the tsunami, that people need to laugh.
Right. And it was like when the Challenger exploded.
Oh, all over the
It
place.
happens instantly. When Michael Jackson died, the joke started. And Whitney Houston, the joke started. It's just, I guess that's how we cope.
And it's like way before the internet, whenever there was some tragedy, these jokes would travel instantly. And it was pre-internet.
Right.
And there'd always be like usually about 5 jokes you know right away. Like, I remember with the Challenger, it was like, what does NASA stand for? Need another 7 astronauts.
Yeah.
And what did Sally Ride's last words? What's this button for? And it was also around the time that Tylenol capsules were poisoned. And they found out someone was poisoning them, and they said, the Challenger and Tylenol, it's a terrible year for capsules.
Now, when you do your jokes, you do your show here Thursday through Sunday. It's 70 minutes of just you and the one-liners.
No, it just feels like 70
70
minutes. Sure, when I'm on stage. After 5 minutes of watching me, it feels like a week. Yeah.
We're done. I think some of your funny impressions that you do in there is like when you take the electrical tape and you make the eyebrows and you do Groucho Marx and stuff. That I never seen you do that before. So when I saw you before, that was really funny. But going back to doing the Aristocrats joke that you did you plan on doing that, or did it just come to you because you're like, that joke just?
Yeah, at that point, I kind of felt like I'm on this level of hell. Why not go right to the bottom level? Okay, let's hit the. See, that's my modern references. That there's still an elevator operator. Yes, ladies' lingerie. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's and I still have phones like that in my house. Yes, yeah. Mabel, can you make that call for me? Yes, it's Pennington 65000.
Do people come into your show and not know the material that you do? Because they might have seen you like on Hollywood Squares, or they might have seen you in a movie and they don't know that you're offensive as you are.
Sometimes they usually do know, and sometimes they don't realize it. It's like, it's funny. There was one story that actually happened when the Aristocrats was playing in theaters. One woman got up in the middle of the movie. So she was watching it for an hour already. She got up in the middle and said, "This isn't the Aristocrats."
This looks nothing like the cartoon like I remember.
Yeah, Oh, and as a matter of fact, I even put it up on my website or my Twitter account. I don't know which one. Twitter is my real Gilbert website, gilbertgodfrey.com. But on the Disney Junior network, they had it listed, The Aristocrats. A series of comedians tell the same joke. And it's like, so somebody at Disney fucked up major. It's like, I'm sure it was the Aristocats, but they printed the Aristocrats.
I remember that movie came out on DVD. My mom had rented it. I said, "Oh, I don't think you're gonna like that. Don't watch that."
Yeah.
And she ended up watching. I think she got into like 20 minutes. I think she got past Carlin telling the first part of it, and she's like, "That's the most offensive." I was like, "You only saw the first 20 minutes." I told you not to watch it, But anybody that hasn't seen that movie, that is phenomenal. Like,
and I this is for like the two people watching this who might know this actor. Do you know Andrew McCarthy? Not Andrew, Kevin McCarthy.
right.
He was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and he was so in one part of the Aristocrats. I say in one point, I'm talking about the father fucking the daughter and the daughter blowing the dog, and I said, this is a popular practice at beloved character actor Kevin McCarthy's house. And I just just popped in my head. And one of the guys who worked on the Aristocrats knew Kevin McCarthy. He was about 100 at the time. And he said, Gilbert Gottfried mentions you in the Aristocrat. He talks about a guy, he says that you indulge that beloved character actor Kevin McCarthy, fucks his daughter and the daughter blows the dog and the mother fist fucks the son. And he goes, well, that's offensive. And they say, well, Gilbert goes a little too far with it. And Kevin McCarthy goes, I'm not a character actor, I'm a lead. So, which is another thing. I think another thing that I realized after all this happened is people choose what to be offended by.
Yeah.
That's what amazes me about people. I think there are certain things they'll allow and certain things they feel better getting offended by.
Like your jokes.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
You tweeted about Japan.
Yes.
There's like, here's this group that didn't like it. Well, we all have to jump on the same bandwagon and not like it as well. And they were secretly laughing.
Oh yeah. I've had that happen when I was going on all those news shows where they would attack me when I was on the news shows, and then in a commercial break go, oh, I thought a few of those were funny. And it's like, well, and I loved how people would say to me stuff like, well, how can you make jokes like that? Don't you realize the tragedy and the bloodshed? No? And I go, yeah, I do realize that, and that's where the jokes come from.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes them funny.
Yeah.
I mean, every joke you tell is going to be offensive to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think
Especially because they're not funny.
Right.
That's a whole other story.
Besides you telling the Aristocrats joke, what do you think is your dirtiest joke that you've done?
Oh, God, there's so many of them.
What's your favorite?
Well, there's one, and this was on my DVD, Gilbert Gottfried Dirty Joke.
Which is great, by the way.
Yes. And that's, how do you get a fag to fuck a woman? Fill up her cunt with shit. See, so that offends so many groups of people.
Nobody in
Yes.
this room, though.
Yeah, no one here. But some people.
We'll find out offensive. Somebody on YouTube's probably going to be offended by that joke, but it's awesome. So if people want to come out and see you, you're here till Sunday at the Riviera.
Yeah, through Sunday, yeah.
At 10:30.
Yeah.
Tickets are $4,000.
Yeah.
And worth every penny. But no, you're great. It's an honor to have you on the show. And ever since Beverly Hills Cop. That's still one of my favorite
Yes,
scenes.
I played the Jew in that movie. It was a stretch for me, but
With you being let go from Affleck, does that affect things like your voiceover work with Disney, or do they don't care? Or?
at this point, I don't know how much more. Every now and then I'll get called in to do some weird thing, like every couple of years, where it's like, well, we're releasing Aladdin, and I don't know if it's on a computer or a website or something, and you got to change
Right.
some of the words. One time I had that experience with filming the Aladdin TV series, where there was one point where the parrot is running and a tiger's chasing him, and the parrot yells, he's going to eat us like kitty chow. And some woman somewhere heard that as titty chow, which I guess if you keep breasts as pets,
Right.
that's what you would feed them. And I had to go in and re-record it to kitty chow. Yes.
Again, another group of people you've offended.
Oh, yes.
the titty chow people. And you are one of those comics where people, can come across as a little standoffish. I mean, it comes that way even with Howard Stern. I mean, he comes a judge on America's Got Talent. People are like, oh, we don't want him on there. He's too controversial. Well, he's judging people singing and juggling. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's the same group of people that have never liked him. It's not a new group of people. And it's the same. It's like people just have to target you, like, because it's offensive. But I think all it does is help your career, because here you are being let go from being the voice of the duck and now you're getting all this awesome publicity. People want to come out and see your shows because you're that funny.
I think it keeps your brand fresher in a way. It's like, because people are, and you know what else? Everything is related back to movies. What that whole experience too reeked of was in Casablanca. There's a scene where the chief of police closes down Bogart's casino, and it's he frequents the place all the time. Now he closes it down, and Bogart says, "On what grounds?" And he goes, "I'm shocked to find gambling going on." So it's like it becomes useful, you know.
So Gilbert Gottfried's been our guest. You can find him on Twitter at RealGilbert, and your website is, of course, GilbertGottfried.com.
And on chess.com, I read 50 Shades of Grey, at least parts of it.
Parts of it. Or do you make it up, or do you just actually read it?
I actually read it, and you see how well written it is. Like when they say stuff in it, like she goes, "And he touched my sex." And you go, how is that correct English?
Well, again, he's here tonight through Sunday, 10:30 at the Riviera.
Yes.
For the Icons of Comedy series. It's a great series to check out if you live here or visiting Vegas. And Gilbert, thank you. For being on the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. And keep up the good work and keep sending me. Oh,
What's up, man?
right now in the green room at the South Point, we're with a very funny man, Mr. Pablo Francisco.
Lazy J, get ready, it's great. You always get the radio stations where they have all the celebrities talking about the radio. Hi, this is Randy Travis. This is Gene Simmons. This is Howard Stern. Oh, this is Billy Oil. This is Mick Jagger. And you're listening to Crazy J. So, there you go.
Well, we first met in 1998 when I was working at the Brea Improv.
Yes,
And it's
Brea.
yeah. The original,
The one was back by the,
by the mall.
it was in that little mall and it was in the center. So in order to get to the Bray Improv, you go, is it really here? And you could go around, and there it was in the back there, right by Good Guys or Circuit City or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And then you made your way to Las Vegas, man.
I did, I made it, and I'm here now, and now you're back, and you haven't played here very much.
Well, this is what I usually do. When I come here, I usually, I think of a girl, a girl who's kind of struggling, and then I just put a big guilt trip on her, bring her to Vegas. I go, man, I took you to Egypt. I took you to France. I took you to Caesars. I took you to Caesars. I took you to Greece. I took you to New York, right there. What stays in Vegas? That's my brothers like it. Brothers, they get married here, and then when they go to Kentucky, why are you cheating on? Well, we were married in Vegas. That stays there. We're married. We're not here.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they think it's not legit because they got married by Elvis.
Oh yeah, I know. You're on those little be quiet over there, please. Somebody's talking. Maybe we can keep on talking, but can you please keep it down, please? Can you please keep it down? She said, okay, back to the question.
I do have to say, you're one of the first comedians I've ever spoke to on the phone and said, I'm going to have to call you back. Somebody's, they're lancing my boil right now.
Lancing. What? Let me tell you, it's so embarrassing. Yeah, you sit on an airplane for, 11 hours, and then you do a show, and then you sleep for 5 hours and go back for 11 hours, and on the leather seat, it was like a little ingrown, it's just boiled, lambs, sis. Those are just, hey man, we'll get a boil. Terrible. But Vegas is a good city because you know what? But I never gamble because it has a subliminal message. Casino money, casino. I can casino money. I lost in Vegas. I lost in Vegas. I lost in Vegas.
So what?
Strip.
So that's what you go to strip clubs then when you're out here?
I do. I go there for 45 minutes. I go down there and I usually go to the non-alcoholic ones. I'm down with milk. Staring there.
Why 45 minutes?
Lick It Up song from Kiss. First you go in there, you find out the girl. You gotta find out if they're single. Okay, you don't go there. Hey man, I got a boyfriend. You okay? Here's some money you can give him. You don't want that. Yeah, that's a rookie move. So they have to be single. If you can pick them up, that's fine. Can you pop a boil? So let's hear it for Papa Boyle. No, I go there to the topless bar once in a while, just for 45 minutes
for the breakfast.
For the breakfast issue. That's right. Get ready at the Olympic Garden and Crazy Horse 3. Papa has no time to do the interview. He's on his way to the Crazy Horse for hush, puppy, sloppy seconds. So, yeah, I go there just to get the party started. If you really want to get the party started and you got on the budget, go to a gay bar for 20 minutes. You get all the drinks for free. Just go, hey, what's up? And they get the drink. There you go. Heterosexual, getting drinks from homosexuals. Then you're drunk, save about maybe $40.
So Vegas for you is the show, the strip bar.
Yeah, and a gay bar for 20 minutes. I don't know. Actually, I went to a swingers club.
30 minutes of it you get.
You make 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Well, this is what we got with you. You're going with that name. You're going to get gay. Okay, but they have a swingers club. This goes one of the swingers clubs. I go, I don't think I can go. So we'll just check it out. And they have the swingers club, man, and it's like the most creepiest thing. I was there for like maybe 10 minutes. It smelled like a Goodwill store, like a little kind of.
Must have been the Green Door.
Yeah, it was the Green Door.
I've done comedy in there.
You do really?
Yeah.
Did you do something in the room or did you do it in the room? Crazy Jay and oh yeah. Come on, but the bouncer there. Get out of here.
Sunset Thomas. She's a legend in porn.
Yes.
She has a web show that she does there. We were her first guest.
Really?
Yeah.
You get a little. They have a husband too. That's great. That's my husband. Excuse me.
Yeah, but her husband's great because she's like, hey, if you want to look for this ass,
Oh yeah, she's supporting that guy. Hey honey, he's like, get out of here, jeez. Oh sorry. I fly you by. But so how was she hot? I mean, was she?
Sunset Thomas is a very gorgeous lady.
Sunset Thomas. I do know who she is. That's right. I thought it was a sunflower seed kind. A lot of them come out with their own products, but then again, there you go, Lay's potato chips.
And I host a comedy show every week at a place called the Swingers Club, but it's not a swingers club.
Oh, how strange is that? What, come on, honey.
They have a 9-hole miniature golf course inside the bar.
A 9-hole? Really? Is it like Good God, he's going for.
It's just around the edge. Well, I should say it was around the edge of the bar. They've changed the theme of the bars.
No, what you gotta do, like knock the ball and hit the drunk, boom, hit the little cock, hit the sobriety thing.
So somebody's passed out on the floor. You gotta,
That's right. Make sure you go by the lake of puke. Right there you go. 9 holes. There you go.
So how long have you been doing comedy now?
25 years now. It's gone by so quickly. It's been so much fun. But now since the YouTube's out, you know the deal. Internet, it pays great. Why? Go to. No one watches TV. Get ready for the new sitcom. No one's watching. Who watches sitcoms anymore? Everyone's standing forward. Hey, how you doing, Mark? Hey, come on. Come on. Whatever. Raymond, everyone loves Raymond. We love that show. It's a good show, but now everyone's facing forward. Hey, get ready for George Lopez. It's a Latino show. That's really kind of Latino. Hey, Mom, you're fired, George. I guess I'll go back to my machine. On the next George Lopez. On the next George Lopez. He gets fired again. Sorry, George. I'm going to do this, but we're going to have to let you go. Oh, I guess I'll go back to my house. Okay.
How many voices are you up to now?
I don't know, 16 or 17. Nothing like Frank Caliendo, man. Holy smoke. Frank, man. I got to go to him and ask him which one's. He's like the super duper rich little. I'm about 17, 18. It all depends, what you call the boys.
The reason I've always enjoyed your act is it's just high energy from the minute you get out there.
I don't know.
I don't know how you don't tire out.
Well, some ladies, I get bored. No, but, no, the thing is that it's exciting. People are, you get money, people come see you, you get a little, ADD, EFG, HIJ, KLMNOP, so basically.
Free buffet, right?
Free buffet, you get, it's really rough on the road. How dare you pay for my drinks, man? You fly me first class, man. Then you pay for my hotel I'm at here. So, it's a beautiful thing, man. I cannot complain. So, we're just raising money for the soldier here. It's called the soldieroffortune.com. And, you want some cash here and there?
And your website is PabloFrancisco.com?
PabloFrancisco.com. Someone mess with it, but just go and check it out if you want to. Or you go to YouTube and download my stuff. If you're from Cuba, it's InterTube. But, go. And I got a new album. It's called, they put it out there. It's a good album, okay? It goes, it rocks, and it's a good icebreaker. You have a party, you got some girls and conversation, go put it in there, and I'm not going to cock-block the party. You know what I'm saying? You put it in there. Go through like a Hustler magazine, up in the middle, in the center. 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there. But and we're at the green door.
And you have Facebook?
Facebook and of course Twitter. Twitter. Let me tell you something. A lot of girls, if you come to the show and I see you, they'll come in the same clothes. It's like same clothes. And let me know. Because sometimes you guys give me crap afterwards. I was there and you didn't say hi. I'm like, oh god. You can only memorize, but over the shoulder Twitter. So there you go. Well,
it's awesome to have you on the show after. I think we said the last time you were here was 9/11.
9/11. That's right. The buildings went down, and
you were here to bring levity to Las Vegas.
It was kind of strange because all these shows canceled. Siegfried and Roy canceled, and the Monte Carlo. I was the first time.
Burton canceled.
Yeah, so I was the first one to open up for him. We sold out to shows. People still came. That was like one of the strangest weeks of my life because I won a lot of money at the tables, and I met these girls. So it was kind of strange. I was having a good time, but then this disaster that was going on, and it was. But like I'm saying, that was 9 years ago, 6 years ago. That's all.
It was 2000.
Egad!
2001, something like that.
Couldn't believe it, man. So good. So how time flies. So we saw each other, and you were doing the podcast. Did you ever do interviews over after that with me?
No.
Man, what's up with that?
Yeah, what's up? You got me in and said that's all I can do for you.
Man, what's the deal with that? I'm gonna do over me. But that was a long time. I can remember as it was just ago.
Right.
So there you go.
But now, people, if they don't know how long you've been doing this, most people would say they remember you from Mad TV.
Some do. I mean, I was replacing Artie Lang, who was there. He got a movie deal, so they wanted me to fill in for 7 episodes. And it was at the Lucille Ball Studios. That's when Mad was rock. It was rocking back then.
Yeah.
Good writers. And if you want to just go to Mad TV, Pablo Helldate, Barbershop Quartet. That's when they had Orlando Jones and all the Brian Callen, great actor. They're all great. Deborah Wilson, just saw her like 2 days ago. So, yeah, and from that point on, just write commercials here and there, and I do the sideline stuff, and hopefully we'll just, hopefully this show will work. We've got to meet with Tap Out. Tap Out, can you believe it? Mixed martial arts are coming out with their movie division. It's going to be rocking. It's going to rock. Can you meet with them tonight?
Well, before we say goodbye, we had some requests online to get you to do some Little Tortilla Boy.
Little Tortilla Boy, get ready. Now something is brewing in the oven. It's another tortilla boy. What are you? The little baby. So he's gonna need a little help from the Expendables. Yippee-ki-yay, man. Everybody does a Sylvester Stallone impression. Get out! And Chris Rock. What's the deal with the little baby? I can't get there. And also Michael J. Fox. Come on, I was just gonna take you to the border. I can't do it. Get out! Do it. Little tortilla boy. Chill. This time, let me tell you something. I'm going to exterminate you, eat you, and you little quesadilla. There you go.
Awesome, buddy.
Hey, man.
Thank you for the time.
Hi, we're here with Jackie the Joke Man Marlin. We're interviewing for the Rockin' Comedy Show podcast. Crazy J Birds. Rebecca Zimlich is here. I'm PJ Sands. Howard Stern, his own Sirius radio show. Let's see what he's up to today. He just performed a headline at the Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in the MGM Grand.
How was the show?
It was a great show. It was great.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you want to get a dirty joke, follow me on Twitter at JMarlow, JMarlow. You get a dirty joke every day at 4:20 p.m., which is
time to smoke weed.
Guys, time to smoke weed, man.
Excellent,
I actually clicked on your name on Facebook and it came up, but there was no thing to fucking request a friend request.
when
You have too many
when
fans?
Facebook started, I just let everybody in. Nobody ever told me that there was any kind of a limit. So every time I got all these requests, I just hit select all and let them all in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was full up and said, you're all full. And now I got
You
so
gotta
many
start a
friends,
page.
old friends, saying, hey,
Yeah.
I can't get on your page. And I can't deselect anybody because if you cancel somebody, that person will tell the story
Sure.
for the rest of their life. Jackie the Joke Man threw me
Well,
off.
so listen, I
people
know
are
that
assholes.
PJ has the first question, but I got the second question.
So this
what
is PJ and
do-
BJ.
Yes.
BJ and
Yeah.
BJ. So,
You may have heard
What
of
do
it. We'll
you-
bring it up later.
what
Tell
do
me
you
how.
do?
Do you remember Blue Iris from the Howard Stern show? You probably were gone when she started going on.
I don't know
Blue
that. I
Iris,
don't know
the
that
old
name.
lady,
Oh, come
porn
on,
lady
the
that
old
was on
lady
Stern.
porn.
That was after my time. I left in.
Yeah, you left
But you
2001.
still never
It was-
listened
yeah,
to the show?
I never listened to the show ever. When I was
Who
on.
listens to what they do? Nobody does.
Nobody does.
I do.
But she was an old lady porn lady, and
Old lady.
I actually got on Howard Stern's radio show for like a 20-minute interview because I used to work at the Comedy Store in LA for like 5 years. I worked the door, and she was a good friend of mine. And
Was she a comedian?
she was a comedian. She was an old
she's
lady.
a
but
porn
she-
star.
But I've
Old
heard her
lady.
name.
She did like old lady porn.
She sounded like she ate gravel for
she blew me
breakfast.
in the bathroom at the Comedy
How
Store.
old was she?
Like she was like 57 when it happened.
But she died
And it
at.
was right. She died. She died like 4 years ago. She had a stroke.
Oh, not while she was blowing.
No, dude, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Tell her
But
she
anyways,
choked.
she was
choked on
like
my
the
penis.
oldest porn star ever, and she was a big hit on the Howard Stern
57
show.
is not. No, there's way older porn stars.
But
No,
she was a lady
that
that back in the day,
She
her
was
family
old.
committed her, and they did electroshock therapy to her, and literally fried her brain. And
Was she attractive when she was young?
she looked all right when she was young, but when I got to her, yeah.
But what did you do? Did you do it for the fame or the glory?
I did it for the
He
fame,
did it
glory,
because
and a
it's a
blowjob
blowjob.
in the bathroom. So you've been off the Stern Show for years now.
I marched
But-
on March 4th, 2001.
And are you
That's a long time.
are you back with them at all? I know you're doing
haven't
serious.
I haven't even called in over a year. The last time I saw Howard was at the last Christmas party, and then the next one's coming up.
They still love you.
But you're still tight with him, right?
Well, I don't see him. I don't talk to him. I mean, we
Everybody's
send each
busy.
other a happy birthday, email, and Shuli calls me up, and when something crazy happens, like I got to throw out the first pitch at Shea Stadium a couple
Nice.
months ago.
Nice.
He called me, and then the jetty washed away. I don't know if you went to
I'm
my
from
dock-
Jersey. I'm from Jersey.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
my
yeah.
jetty washed away in the storm, and
Yeah.
then we found it, and then it got beat up on this. It was the second storm.
Yeah, they.
You know, there was the hurricane and then the
Then you got
nor'easter.
the nor'easter.
So and people have always followed that because we always had parties. Well, yeah, if you know the storm, so you know the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like I was there for so long that when silly stuff happens to me, I mean, I don't call up and say, you know, they don't say, hey, Jackie's at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club and it's wonderful. You know, if somebody threw a booger at me, that they surely do a story on that. But they're all good guys. I love
So-
That
them.
would be a
I
big.
love
book. You know, how long have you been doing comedy?
them. Tonight,
No.
Nah.
Since
Screw us, screw us.
1979, right?
I was in third grade. My cousin came into a room and read a dirty joke, and I saw how enthralled everybody was. And from that day, I remembered every joke I've ever heard. I played music in high school. I played music in college. I had a
Where'd you
band.
go to college?
And you are from?
I had a band in the entire 70s.
Where are you
did you
from?
go to
Where'd you go to high
college?
school? Also.
On Oyster Bay, Long Island, on the
Okay.
North Shore. And when my last band broke up in 1979, actually 78, I said, well, I can't get a job. What am I going to do? And at the time, I'd been telling jokes my whole life, telling jokes on stage in my band. My band in the 70s, we played original songs and told jokes. Howard used to play a lot of those songs on there, the pot song and
Sure.
those songs.
Well, the thing is, you
And,
got
hold
only-
on, I'm answering the question. And so 19, the short answer is 1979. I'm sorry.
And but you're.
It's more fun to answer.
But your
More
shtick,
fun.
but your shtick, what made you like a known name and famous is like you're the guy that you always dared people. Give me a joke, and I'll give you a punchline. And you always
Forever.
did that.
Forever.
And I remember listening back in the day, and people would call in, and they would throw something at you, and even if it wasn't the punchline for that joke, you came up with a fucking punchline, and it was always funny, and it was always good. And like, they played that, and on Stern, you were always the guy that said something fucked up to something all the time, and it was great. I listened to you in high school until you left the show, and you always made you were a fan favorite. Yeah, you're a fan favorite.
Absolutely,
That's very
because you're quick-witted and you always had a joke to go with it. Not just like me saying something like asinine. You actually had a joke to go with it, which was amazing. And
Kind of like
the
your
thing
shirt.
is, kind of, my shirt is amazing and disgusting. But the thing is, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and we did not have
Ew.
the Howard Stern show. So I had to listen to it through other outlets. And like, I was the first person at the media show of the Howard Stern movie. And like, I moved to Vegas, and the first thing I did was start listening to Howard Stern. And then when Howard Stern came on Sirius satellite radio, I bought the first, satellite radio. I've been a fan forever. So it's not just about Howard. It's about you, and it's about the type of honest comedy that you guys do. And it doesn't always have to be great.
And it's not about how forget Howard right now. What do you got coming up? What do you got going on? What's going on? Like
Besides that
what are
perfectly
the
pressed
things going on in your life, in the comedy life of you right now?
I'm just
you're
doing
real
my
happy
gigs. I'm
about?
just doing my gigs. I'm doing whatever
So how many
comes
gigs
along.
do you do a year?
I do whatever comes in. I try and take the ones that are more expensive, less expensive. I just, work for a couple charities. I do gigs. I do my radio show. I get
And
small
that's on
roles in
Sirius?
small movies, and I
Sure.
have a really good time.
And Crazy Jay
And-
told me that when he first met you, like he's known you like 10, 15 years or something. He met you, and he said he goes when he first met you, you used to get like parties going on and like in the
At the Riviera?
Yeah,
I used to
in the
headline.
presidential suite.
I used to
and shit
headline
like that.
at the
and it's-
Riviera, and they used to give me, the room I used to headline at was the top of the Riv, which is the actual
the
room
Starlight Lounge.
where I don't think it might be called the Starlight Lounge, but it's the
Where
very
Dice is now.
But it's the top room there
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the wraparound window.
Yeah.
It's the
Penthouse.
room where
Isn't that Elvis's
Sharon
room?
Stone got married in the movie Casino, and they used to give me the suite. That was the suite that Sharon Stone and Robert De Niro were in
Yeah.
when they were getting married in that
Nice.
movie. And they gave me that suite, which was 2 floors with a grand piano and a bar, unbelievable, or else they gave me the Frank Sinatra suite that had 2 hot tubs.
Heart attack
And-
potential suite.
And we had parties up there that were, after I'd headline a show, we'd do 1 show a night, and you know who used to book me for that? Steve Sharippa, who
Yes, he's sure from Sopranos.
from The Sopranos,
Bobby Bacala.
and we had so much.
Really,
the parties
Bobby?
were so good, and
He's
then
the
we.
booker?
He was the
Then we
booker
would all
of
go
the
down
years.
to the Ron Bronson band. He'd get all the players from all over Las Vegas, and he'd have 15 or 20 guys on stage. And I used to get up and play guitar and sing a song. It was just
So can we?
Those
So
Those
you're,
days
mention
was
that
so you're
party.
multi-talented. You can play guitar.
well, I'm not a good.
I mean,
I'm-
This
I'm
is
all right,
awesome.
I'm all right.
Are
Well,
you
listen.
really- No, it's
when
not.
you have to get up at that time, work
Every
the Stern
morning
Show,
when I wake up,
it
I
is
laugh at my
a
alarm clock.
grind. It's a grind.
I
So
laugh.
how happy is your life now?
It's very happy because I'm not tired all the time. I'm not making the money I was making, and I don't have the
At the end of
fame
the
I had.
day-
But you're doing okay,
but
We
I'm,
right?
think-
no,
we
I'm a
think
happy
you're-
camper. I'm
we
a happy
think
camper.
You can eat a
amazing.
steak and
Well,
lobster dinner every night, right?
I was a multimillionaire, and I was famous, and they had the most popular show in the
Sure.
fucking world, and I was walking around miserable because I couldn't make myself go to sleep. I couldn't make myself go to bed
Exactly.
at
So
night.
what is more
So
important?
Monday I'd be tired, Tuesday I'd be more tired, Wednesday I'd be fried.
Sometimes you gotta make a
Friday
choice,
would
right?
come. There'd be Fridays where I woke up at 4 o'clock, went and did the Stern Show, left the Stern Show, went to the airport. In those days,
Had to fly somewhere.
there were not direct flights after 10 o'clock in the morning to Las
From
Vegas.
JFK.
So I'm flying to Phoenix, connecting and going to Las Vegas, and then doing my show at the top of the rib for Sharippa at 10 o'clock.
And then going back.
Which is 1 o'clock my time.
Sure.
So I've been up since 4 in the
Exactly.
morning, and my show is at 1 o'clock in the
And then
morning.
you gotta get on a plane and go back
No,
again.
no, and then I sleep all day and do it again Saturday night. But then, right, I fly home on Sunday,
Yeah.
and I got 4:30. So
I'm from Jersey, man. I know the flight. I
it
know
was,
that-
and
Jet
it
lag
was so
sucks.
much money. The stand-up shows were so much money. Any no
turn
comedian's
it
right
down.
mind
Can't
could
turn
say
it down.
no. You have to work for this. Well, you work for this, and all of a sudden you get offered this. I'd be home.
But
by
now you work yourself, and you know what? You might make a good amount here, and a good amount here, and a good amount here, but you're happy.
So
Yes, I am happy.
You're very.
when are
You
you-
look good.
when are
You
you?
got a lot
That's
of
important.
hair.
When are you gonna be back in Vegas? Because Jay's out of town, so we can't film a show. But when are you
I
gonna
don't
be
know,
back
but
in
it looks
Vegas?
like it's going very good here. So hopefully I'll be back here as often as.
But if you come, when you
And
come
you'll
back,
be at
will you come
Brad
back? Will you
Garrett?
come to the actual studio and
I
do
told
the
you, I
show?
told you I would, of course I would.
Cool, absolutely, man.
Be glad to.
It's a really
Man,
fun show.
You don't
know, it's
understand. We are so honored to have you.
It's a
Because
strong word.
We've heard on the internet that you're famous.
If you want to get,
Using
get dirty jokes in the mail once or twice a month, and also get emails.
Dave,
In the email it says where I'm working and little pictures and fun stuff. It's jokeland@aol.com. If you email me, you automatically get on the list. It's like 40,000 people. It's
Jokeland.
JOKELAND
but if you
At
want to follow
AOL.com.
him on Twitter, it's
at J Marlowe.
J Marl. And I got a question. Why do you go
So,
by
Jokeland?
Martling
Jokeland?
and Marlowe?
It's
Why
a
is
long,
that? Is it
I
stage
used to, I
name?
used to tease Fred Norris and call him Fred Morris. And then we had a retarded girl, Gina girl, used to come on and go, Jackie Marlowe, Jackie Marlowe.
Gina
So
girl.
Fred started calling me Jackie Marlowe, and I got so sick of writing Jackie Martling on my website that I started
No, it's-
referring myself
So
to
what's
Marlowe.
your real name?
Is it MARTLIN
G.
and a G, Martling?
MARTLING is my
Okay,
name.
Martling. Okay. We're doing the bathroom.
Oh, it's like you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Martling, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I want some pictures because
He took 1,000 pictures.
Yeah, we
no,
already
I
took
want
pictures.
more.
All right, well, come on, we gotta make room here.